Yo, what's going on, man? Hey, listen, it's just me today. Scully had to handle some work shit. You know, Jay does his own thing on a Monday, but we are here in the best seats in town, the cheap seats. Now, if you over there on the X side at Network 216, and we appreciate y'all over there, why don't y'all jump on over here to the YouTube at the Man Cave 8172. We're going to be talking all sorts of Cleveland stuff. Talking all sorts of NFL and NBA. What's up, Jesus? Happy Monday. I just want y'all to come join the chat. Jump in. I want to hear what y'all think, what y'all got to say. What's going on? I mean, the conclusion to the Myles Garrett saga came down, and everybody and their mom seemed to have a whole situation where they believed it was going to be something else. Where Garrett was going to be on another team, where he was going to be paired up to do this, do that. And Jesus saying, poor Myles. You know, he said he wanted to be on a contender. He wanted to be a part of something. Well, he must think that Cleveland is a contender, or going to be a contender with the moves that are going to be made, the draft that's going to happen, the things that I'm going to tell you that I truly believe can make this team exactly what Myles wants it to be. Not only did this man get $40 million a year, 123 guaranteed, but this man has now have a little bit control. And he cannot still be traded because there is a no trade clause in his contract. He will not be traded. It's not going to happen. Cannot be traded, Jesus. Sorry about that. And again, it's not poor Myles. What's up, B Skrills? Highest paid non-quarterback in the league. Highest paid player, period, besides a quarterback. The man has done his thing. I mean, J.C. Horn just got paid like crazy. He's the highest paid DB. Geno Smith just got traded to the Raiders. It looks like Pete Carroll's trying to build the Las Vegas Seahawks over there. You'll probably see him pick up Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf, I thought, might have got traded there, but he went to the Steelers yesterday and got paid some money for the next 3-4 years. I mean, just insane what's popping off already. It's already going down. And I like it. I love it. I want some more of it because this is a time of the year where it just kind of dies a little bit. You don't know what's going to happen. You have no clue. But this right here. Yeah, that whole thing with the Steelers getting DK, it is. You're right. It is that. It sucks. But, they still don't know who the quarterback going to be. Are they going to stick with Wilson? Aaron Rodgers is high on their list for some reason. I don't understand that. But, hey, more power to y'all. Take A-Rod and let him sit there and let him show you he ain't going to do shit. I mean, there's plenty of other holes over there that got to be filled. What's up, mama? There's plenty of other holes over there that got to be filled. I mean, George Pickens, he still might get moved. Who else do you actually have out there? You got Austin. Najee Harris might be gone. Jaylen Warren. Who knows what's going to happen in Pittsburgh? But I'm telling you right now, let's talk a little more about this Cleveland situation. Something had to spark Myles' interest for him to say, you know what? Because he has said money isn't it. I don't want no extension. I don't care about being the highest paid. Now that man is becoming the highest paid player, and he is staying in Cleveland. There's something happening. Yeah, illegal tampering is going on today, or legal tampering, I should say, starts today. But there's something happening. Someone said something to him. Because the first domino to fall was Joel Bitonio. Because he said he didn't know either. And then all of a sudden he said, you know what? I'm staying here. Staying true to Cleveland. True to the organization that had me for how many years? Something happened. Something spoke. Then you had Garrett come around. Signed his big deal. Said he's staying here. 2030. He's here. Things are starting to move, starting to change. I think there's something about to pop off big in the next couple days for Cleveland. Could even happen today. We don't know. But I know the draft's coming. That's going to be great. Listen, I'm with you, Jesus. Players that do this trade request and then go out there and start doing all this crazy shit, crying and whining or saying they want this and that. It's a show. It's a gimmick. It's entertainment for their own cause, pleading for their own cause. And again, you keep saying poor Myles. It ain't poor Myles. The man's doing his thing. He's going to Canton already. That's already set and done. That gold jacket will be on his shoulders first ballot. But again, there's something else had to be said and done behind closed doors that we don't know, that we don't know as fans or as analysts know about yet. And I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be huge. You know, they're talking about the draft. You know, the draft is real intriguing to me now that Myles is staying. What are we going to do here? What's going to happen? You know, I'm going to lay out a scenario that I really like. I truly like, all right, number 2 pick. I like, let's get Myles some help on the other side. Let's get Abdul Carter. Let's do this. Or we can trade back, but let's stick with this right now, this scenario right now. Get Abdul Carter. Pick him at 2. We have the 33rd pick. Problem is, the guy that I want, I believe, will be picked in the 20s, late first round. We might have to move back up and get him. I'm going to go ahead and say trade. Stay with me here. Trade Ward, maybe, or Newsome and that extra third we got, Newsome in that third, to either Philly, maybe Green Bay. They need, Philly definitely needs a corner. Slay gone. Green Bay talking about dealing Zaire Alexander. They might need somebody to step in that role. We get a pick up in there, be able to draft Jackson Dart. I know everybody keeps talking about Ward and Shador Sanders. I'm not huge on Ward. Shador, I think, has everything that could be a quarterback in the NFL. He has the talent, but I like Jackson Dart more than anything. So we take Jackson Dart with that second pick in the 20s somewhere, wherever we end up doing that. Then that 33rd pick, Jesus, I'm telling you right now, I would put any amount of money on it. Jackson Dart gets drafted in the first round. Late first round. You keep saying that, but he looks better than Shador and Cam Ward. So I don't know. He looks better than any quarterback in the draft right now. What's Chris? Something makes me think something is about to change in the quarterback position. We just don't know yet, but it's not stupid. Jesus, that's every team. So all 32 teams are stupid then. All 32 of them. Even ones that have quarterbacks think Jackson Dart is that. So that means they're all stupid. So it's okay. The NFL is a stupid league. Because, I'll tell you right now, Jackson Dart is this year's Bo Nix. Everybody got on my ass about Bo Nix last year and how I straight up said Bo Nix is going to be the dude that comes out and shows out. Me, Jay, Scully, Dom, we was all on this. I brought it to the light first. Jackson Dart's going to be that guy. He's going to be that guy that shows up and shows out, and everyone's going to be like, holy shit. It's going to be him. He's got the arm. He's got the accuracy. He's got the footwork. The dude could take off and run if need be. The dude has it. He just has it. If you watch his tape, watch his film. He's done it against great defenses. He's done it against the best teams. All you gotta do is watch the film. Even if you watch him throw at the combine, the dude was lights out. Lights out. But so you take that Jackson Dart with that second first round pick that you trade to get. With that 33rd pick, that's when you start taking a Henderson. I'll take Travion Henderson. Bring him back in there because they're going to re-sign Chubb because that was one of Myles Garrett's things. He wants Chubb re-signed. They're going to make that happen. Chubb wants to be here. Re-sign Chubb. Even though he's injured, we don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm drafting Travion Henderson. Putting him in there. You got Ford, him, Chubb. And Devontae Foreman, depending on how that situation shakes out. And then you got to get that offensive line together a little more. I think free agency is where we do that. You got Tyron Smith that could jump right in. You got some other left tackles that we could just have step right in and play that position. Unless DeJuan Jones is feeling better, looking, he said he's going to be ready for camp, drop some weight. We shift him over to that left side and let Conklin play the right. We set. We definitely set. Or we pick up Tyron Smith, put him over that left, take Conklin and say, hey, buddy, we're going to release you, save some more money for that cat. Let DeJuan Jones play that right tackle position and do it that way. I would love to have some young running backs. I mean, Ford's young. I would love to bring in Travion Henderson, even draft what's his name? The dude from Oregon later on in the draft, James. Later on in the draft. I would love Scatterbo too. Scatterbo is a good pick. Henderson Mullins. I love Mullins too. Listen, I would be okay with that. I would definitely be okay with that. Like I said, take Henderson with that 33rd, get Mullins later on. Make sure you get some O-line help. You get that Abdul Carter dart in the first round. Sounds pretty good to me. Or you trade down with that second pick. You know, the Jets want to jump up. They want to make some noise. Trade down, get the 7th pick. You gain another pick next year and a second round probably this year. Or you do it with the Jets. You say, hey, Garrett Wilson don't want to be there. Maybe you make a move and you take Garrett Wilson from them. I don't know. Maybe that's going a little more outside the box, but I wouldn't mind taking Garrett Wilson and bringing him in. But let's stick to just a trading down, getting the first next year and a second this year. Getting that 7th pick, you still get hella defensive help. There's hella defensive players. The first 20 picks could all be defensive players in a sense. I mean, you might be able to get Mason Graham with that 7th pick, put him right in the D line. I think he'd be a monster. And then you got 2 second-round picks, plus you can still make that trade to try to grab another first-round pick at the bottom, get yourself a Jackson Dart, and then you draft Henderson and maybe a top O-line or something in the second round. Woo. Listen, I'm drafting Dart regardless. It's going to have to be in the bottom of that first because he's going to go down there. I get what you're saying. I'm trying to draft defense with that first pick. If we could trade and get another pick in the first, I want to draft Dart because he's not going to last to the 33rd pick. I don't think he will. I think there's going to be other teams that do it. And if some reason it doesn't happen that way and he falls like that, then that's great. But I feel like someone's going to jump up, especially one of these teams up in the top 10 now that don't take a chance at a quarterback. If Dart starts falling, they have the necessities to jump up and get him. They're going to try to do that. So we're going to have to do that. Bo Nix is all right. Do you know what Bo Nix's stats were last year? They were better than the glorified Rookie of the Year stats. They were better than Jaden Daniels. Regular season stats were better. Every single category was better than Jaden Daniels. What you mean he all right? He took a Broncos team that was straight trash that only had Cortland Sutton on it. Marvin Mims is all right, but you only had Cortland Sutton. You had a great defense, but Bro Nix did the job, man. And again, he beat Jaden Daniels in every single category. I might even have it on here. Because I didn't understand how that even happened. How did he not get any picks? He got none. Not any vote. Look, is it? No, that ain't it. Is that it? No, that's Caleb Williams and Bo Nix. I'm like, maybe off the rails got it. I got to find it because it is here somewhere. I might not have put it on here. Damn. Listen, every single category, he was better than Jaden in. Every single category. I got it somewhere. Listen, man, I'm going to look it up on my phone because I have it. I thought I put it on one of these shows because I was pissed that he didn't get one vote. One Rookie of the Year vote, but yet led in every category. Make that make sense for me. There it is right here. There it is right here. Every team that needs a quarterback should be drooling for Bo Nix. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Look, I'm going to try to put this on here because I want you to read it yourself. I want you to read it yourself. I don't think I can because I'm already on here. I don't think I can join. Damn. Oh, here it is. Look. Let me see. I'm going to get it up here because you're going to see these facts. Jesus, I think you don't have – I think you think every player is a fourth-round player. Like, there's not one player that we've ever talked about that you said that was worth a first. Not one. But I'm going to try to get it up on here. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. I'm taking some time to do this because you need to see the stats. Because everybody's sitting here, I get it. Jaden did what he did. He had a hell of a better team. I mean, come on now. He had a better team. 904-884. 904-884. Look, I'm jumping right up in here. Come on. There, we're going to do it. Sorry, guys. This is there. That should have done it. Look at that right there. Look at this right here. Everybody out there. Pass yards. Bo Nix, 3,700 yards. Daniels, 3,500. Passing TDs, 29 for Bo, 25 for Daniels. Total touchdowns, 35 for Bo, 31 for Daniels. Wins, 10-10. Strength of schedule, 502 to 436. Tougher division. And, I mean, you had the Cowboys and the Giants over there in that division. But then you had the Chargers who made the playoffs and the Chiefs over there for Bo. And he didn't get one single vote? Come on now. So you're saying those two should outdo all that he led in? I'm telling you right now, that's not how it's. See, I hate that. I hate that that's how you look at it. Oh, well, he can't play this or this or that. Rushing yards? He had a ton of rushing yards. That dude had 7 rushing touchdowns himself. I'm just saying, you're trying to tell me he's a 4th-round graded quarterback, but he had better stats in every statistical category than Jaden Daniels, who won Rookie of the Year, and he didn't get one vote for it. Not one. But yeah, had better stats. Had the same number of wins on a shittier team in a tougher division. Cool, Jaden Daniels had 1,000 yards rushing. He is like a Mike Vick, dude. I understand that. Bo Nix isn't a Mike Vick. Bo Nix will still run, and I think Bo Nix got 500 yards. Again, he still outdid him in all of that. I don't give a shit about rushing yards for a quarterback. I don't care at all about rushing yards. No, the Commanders weren't worse. You think Cortland Sutton's better than Scary Terry? You're telling me Javonte Williams is better than Eckler and Brian Robinson? You're telling me Marvin Mims was better than whatever receiver that was over there? Nahami Brown? Come on now. Come on now. No. And I'll give it to you. The Commanders had the easier division. You played against the Cowboys and the Giants twice. You got 2 gimme wins from each one of those teams in a sense. Stop with this shit, because Bro Nix did his damn thing, and he's going to get better. With more help, with a better running back. The line was absolute trash. A little more of a line. Another weapon out there instead of just Cortland Sutton. Come on now. If you put Scary Terry over there, you're acting like Scary Terry is not better than Cortland Sutton. Telling you right now he is. Telling you right now he is. But let's get back to the Browns, though. The Browns are gearing up to do some shit because obviously Myles got sold on some idea that they had behind closed doors, that they talked about behind closed doors. Whether it is once Kirk Cousins gets cut, that they sign him, or whether it is, hey, give a good old call to Joe Flacco and say, hey, man, we're only going to need you for a year, maybe 2, to do a little backup. We're going to bring you in here, bridge it up for us. Bring Flacco back. He knows the system, knows how to do this. Let him do his thing. Let that rookie quarterback sit and watch and learn. And then maybe jump in. They got something brewing over there. You know, Browns fans were done and ready to ship Myles out for all the shit he did. I know damn well you are happy as hell right now that boy signed that extension. He's going to be here until 2030. We got the monster. He is that big, nice teddy bear monster that's just going to destroy people. We need to help him on the defense, put someone on the other side of him. So Darius Smith just got released. Grady Jarrett just got released from the Falcons. Played there for 10 years. He's a veteran. He still gets the job done. Bring in Grady Jarrett. Put him on that defensive line. Put him right in the middle. Put him right there with Tomlinson. Them 2 boys rushing up the middle. Garrett on one side. And again, if you go the Abdul Carter way, him on the other side. That defensive line is sick. Sick as hell. Granted, you're going to need to bring in some linebacker help because we don't know what's going on with Joke. But we're going to have to do that. You know, bring in some linebacking help. But I think we can get it done. Again, we need another weapon maybe on the offensive side. That's why I said there could be some things worked out trade-wise. Or free agents. There's a ton. 20 wide receivers out there that are good wide receivers. Listen, Olave don't want to be a Saint. He's a little injury prone, but I guarantee you we could probably get a hold of Olave for cheap, bring him in here, put him out there with Judy and Tillman. I mean, I think we might be all right with that. Might be hell of all right with that. Or again, trade with that Wilson. Think that's huge. The draft's going to be huge. This free agency, again, it starts today, officially breaks open the 12th at 4 o'clock, but this is about to blow up. This is about to blow up big time. I mean, you got teams all over. But I just had, you had it, how many teams already securing options right now? There it is. Here's all the players that signed yesterday. Literally, yesterday. Bills gave Josh Allen an extension, 6 years, $330. Ooh, that's crazy. Steelers, Metcalf, 5 years, $150 million. Browns, 4 years, $160. Rams, the 2-year deal, $46 million to Devontae Adams. The Chiefs re-signed Nick Bolton, 3 years, $45 million. Patriots picked up that freshly released Harold Landry. I mean, that dude was on the market for 5 seconds. Picked him up 3 years, $43.5 million. The Jets re-signed Sherwood, 3 years, $45 million. Linebackers re-signed Ernest Jones, 3 years, $33 million. The Hawks also re-signed Jaron Reed, 3 years, $25 million. And the Vikings brought back their veteran running back, 2 years, $20 million in Jones. I mean, it's just – and no, the wide receiver list isn't horrible. It's just not top tier wide receiver ones. Not all of them are wide receiver ones. And I'm okay with that. We don't need wide receiver one. Jerry Jeudy showed out last year. I think he can still continue to do his thing. We don't need somebody that's going to come in here and demand everything. I want that wide receiver that knows he's a dog, but can come in here and say, hey, we playing to win. This ain't playing for me to get 100 receptions or 12 or 1,500 yards or 2,000 yards, whatever. It's me playing to win. And that wide receiver list has got some good names on it. I don't have that one on hand, but it's got some good names on it. Would I rather make a trade and get Wilson or, like I said, an Olave? Yes. The Chargers and the Broncos are going to be out there trying to make moves right away to pick up some receivers for their quarterbacks. I mean, Keenan Allen's coming loose. He wants to be a Bear or a Charger, though. So I truly believe he's done with being Chicago. He's going back to L.A. He's going to sit there with Herbert. You got him, Ladd McConkey. That's going to be nice. They just cut Edwards. Dobbins is a free agent. Elijah Moore, he's a free agent. So, no, he's on that list. I love Tillman, but we still need another wide receiver. So whether we're drafting one, picking one up, trading for one, still need another one. Elijah Moore is a free agent. And I don't see us bringing him back. He hasn't done really anything. He hasn't added really to what we were doing. So I'm getting a different guy. I'm letting Elijah Moore go, and I'm bringing someone else in. Like I said, there's other teams in this market. Tyler Lockett just got released. He's a veteran. He's got good hands. And with DK and JSN, he was kind of brushed underneath the rug when he hit that injury, and they never opened him back up, which I think he still can play the game at a high level. I think Lockett's still a good player. He's got another couple years left in him. You bring him in here and put him next to a Jeudy and a Tillman. I like that. He's not going to require a ton of money. He's not going to require a ton of money. Again, you get a good quarterback to either bridge or that rookie, you're going to let him just go out there and slang it. I like a Tyler Lockett here. Yeah, great veteran presence, great in the locker room, not on some bullshit. To me, that's great. I enjoy that right there. Bam. I mean, you got everybody in San Fran. They're selling everybody. Debo gone. Brandon Ayuk wants gone. Shit, everybody wants gone out of it. They just got rid of Dre Greenlaw. Old boy on the line gone. Kinslaw gone. I mean, Niners over there trying to retool now. That's insane for me. They over there trying to retool. I do hope they bring Joey Bosa in and let the Bosa brothers play together. That'd be great. I wouldn't mind Ayuk. I'm just not trading what they're going to ask. I'm not trading all that craziness. Now, if we get a second rounder somehow, and then they'll take a second rounder, cool. If they take a third, I'd rather give them one of the thirds. But they're not going to do that because they just paid them all that money. And that's a lot of money coming in. So we got to look at that too. We're going to pay Chubb. We just paid Myles. Are we going to bring in more money? I don't know. I don't know if we're able to make that financially work. I wouldn't mind Ayuk and Jeudy being out there. Wouldn't mind that at all. We just got to try to make that work money-wise, financial-wise. Again, everybody over on Network 216 on X, listen, man, hey, I want to hear from y'all. I want to talk to y'all. Why don't y'all jump over here at the Man Cave 8172. Jump in this chat so I can hear your guys' opinion, know what's going on, because I don't see it. I don't see you guys talking over there. If you guys are commenting or anything, I don't get to see that. So jump over here. And the new stadium is happening. That is happening. 2029, it will be the first game played in that stadium, I believe. So, yes, that is happening. They got everything set. They got money for over half of it. They're finished finalizing the other chunk of it. But, yeah, that new stadium is going to happen. People are against it. I'm all for it. It's going to be a dome, yes. I'm all for it. Because, again, the money that it will bring to the northeast area, to Cleveland, to that area up there is amazing. The amount of things that could happen now. WrestleManias, Final Fours, Big Ten championships. The amount of events that could be brought to Cleveland is going to be huge. A Super Bowl. I mean, you can do so many things now, and the Dome's going to be great. Even though we are fans that will go out there in the dead of winter and -10 and cheer on our team, which, again, the weather was always a thing for us. That wind that kicked up in that stadium was always a thing for us. I mean, they already got the land. It's already bought. It's 176 acres right by the airport, too. So if you're flying in to go to the game, you fly in, and it's literally right there. Already got it. You know what's funny about that, Jesus, is more people want to come to Ohio than you think. And it has nothing to do with weather. It has to do with money. It has to do with these jobs here pay a lot of money for people. You know, rent, bill-wise, is a lot cheaper than it is anywhere else in Ohio. So people come here for that. They don't come here because of the weather, beaches, oceans, all that garbage. They come here because of the money and the economic situation. That is what Ohio does for the blue-collar person, for the regular average Joe, us. That is what Ohio does. That is one of the reasons I haven't left Ohio yet. I mean, a big reason. The beach is not garbage. I'm not saying it's garbage. I'm just saying that stuff. But you got to pay for the beach. I don't want to pay for the beach. I don't care for the beach like that. What am I ain't going to be able to be at the beach every damn day of my life. I don't want to pay for that. I'll pay for that when the time comes and I don't have to sit here and work and bust my ass like crazy. Then I'll worry about the beach. That's why Florida's a retiree state. People go there to go retire because then there's the beach, there's sun. California, man, that is San Andreas Fault hits one time. California might be no more. That bitch might send off into the ocean somewhere. It might become an island or it might sink. And all the crazy wildfires and shit going on. Again, that's not a place where I would like to go. I mean, I got no problem visiting and stuff, but I'm not a fan of moving there. Again, I will be leaving Ohio at some point in time in my life, but it probably won't be to a beach area. Probably be to like a Colorado. You know, they got that one area, Colorado Springs, where it snows, but then it's gone by noon and it's between 60 and 70. And I mean, that's cool with me. I'm cool with that type of stuff. I've been to Arizona. That's where my mother's at. Not huge on that. I mean, it was all right, but it's got its problems where you got to drive 30 minutes to get somewhere all the damn time. It's insane out there because it's so spread out in the desert. Colorado seems nice. I mean, I don't know. That's a whole nother story to talk about. But hey, how about we talk about these damn Cavs, boy? 14 in a row again. They are 54-10. 54-10. Woo-hoo. And all these people keep saying, oh, well, they're just a regular season team. They've done 14 in a row 3 times this season. 3 times. Come on, man. That's insane to me. Y'all keep saying this regular season shit, but they whooping ass against teams that are big teams. They beating that ass. Like last night, they whooped on the Bucks, just spanked on them, boy. Playoffs are coming. It's going to be great. You got to have a little NBA, Jesus, a little NBA. Got to talk about the Cavs. I ain't worried about the rest of the NBA. I just want to give props and flowers where they're due, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are due all the props and flowers. I mean, again, they have done something with this team. You got the NSYNC, the boy band, Merrill, Struce. I mean, you got all them. Ty Jerome, that's my dude, man. I love Ty Jerome. Dean Wade. These dudes are all contributing on a high level. DeAndre Hopkins, that move, not DeAndre Hunter. Yeah. That move was amazing, was huge. And the Cavs, maybe the Pistons have passed. Hey, they win champions. Pistons did a lot of things in the past. I'm cool with that. I feel like they can do a little more. Again, the way they can go 10 deep and everybody brings something to the table, everybody can score, people can play that defense. To have a team that you can go 10 deep and they can go into the playoffs and go 10 deep, that rests your major stars. That gives people rest. That's why you don't have to play Donovan Mitchell 40 damn minutes or Garland or any of them, even high 30s. They could play 28 minutes and you're blowing people out. Yes, I remember when the Pistons beat the Lakers. What was that? Is that 06? Is that 06 when the Pistons did that? 05, 06? Because then LeBron beat him the next year and went to the finals and got swept by the Spurs. I'm pretty sure that was 05, 06. Pistons went in there and won that championship. But yeah, and I'm telling you, the way they can restrict minutes without having to say, hey, you're getting rest. I mean, every now and then you see Mobley or Mitchell get a day of rest or Garland. That's every now and then. It's not like, oh, we're doing this once a week. No, they're doing it once every 3 months, once every couple months. And these boys are able to rest, like I said, going on 28 minutes a game because they don't have to go out there and do so much and be so crazy. I just saw an argument where it said Ant-Man or D. Mitchell. I know Ant-Man's a young talent. He's a dog. But the way D. Mitchell has his bag and the way he commands and how he does games, I like D. Mitch. Ant-Man over there, he pissed off right now because he has nobody over there anymore. They're starting to peak up a little more and they're trying to make a run again. But we're going to see what happens with Minnesota. Minnesota trading everybody a hell away. Woo. And I agree, Jesus. Celtics will be tough. They're going to be tough, but we split that series with them. And they gave us their best punch twice, and we still did our thing. That'll be the Eastern Conference Finals because they're going to be on opposite sides. And I think our road's going to be a little easier than their road. They're going to have to face the Knicks. Who knows who's going to be at the bottom down there? The Bucks could be at the bottom down there. You can face some teams that are just tough and going to be tough outs. But, yeah, I like us versus Celtics Eastern Conference Finals. The Lakers, as long as they're healthy, they look like it could be them. The Warriors are starting to steamroll with Jimmy Butler over there. That could be the Western Conference Finals. It is looking insane. Playoff basketball is going to be nuts. It's going to be some shit to really watch. It's some good series, some young talent. It's going to be enjoyable to watch. I know there's been some years where there's series you don't care to watch, but nah, this year I think every series is going to be something to watch. Every series. But all right, Jesus, let me hear from you about your team. What's your team need to do in this free agency? What do they need to do in this draft? What needs to happen? Because, again, I laid it out what the Browns got to do. A couple moves that got to be made. A couple things that need to pop off for us to feel great. I think some restructuring needs to be done with some contracts still. I mean, Conklin's contract needs to be restructured. I think there's some other contracts that can be restructured to add some more cap space so we can do some more moves. Niners are kind of garbage right now with how they're just getting rid of everybody. It's weird to me. Like, they got rid of everybody. Ayuk, that trade's probably going to happen. And now that DK went to Pittsburgh, I felt like that was Ayuk's destination. He was going to go be with his daddy over there. You know, Omar, you're going to be with Omar over there. But, now where's Ayuk go? Maybe Jim Harbaugh give a call and say, hey, man, we could use Ayuk over here in L.A. Or, you know, good old Denver gives them a call, says, hey, we could take him down here with Cortland and Bo. And they're probably gonna give him some money. Thing is how are you gonna give that man some money, but you got nothing for him now? You got rid of Debo. Ayuk looks like he's on his way out. I mean, CMC is still there, but now health-wise, is he gonna stay on the field? That defense is kind of crumbling some because, again, you're getting rid of a major piece in linebackers and the defensive line. You might bring in Joey Bosa, so you have the Bosa brothers, but, again, they're both injury-prone. It's crazy. Why would they pay the man to set him up for failure? It makes no sense. I mean, you are, what, going to be 2 years removed from being in the Super Bowl? You had the squad. It was a matter of Shanahan. This whole thing is Shanahan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Joey come play with his brother for the end of his career. Sign him for a 2-year deal. Let him and Nick play together and see what happens out of that. I think that's a hell of a story. I think Nick would love it, so it'd make him happy. Maybe he even tries to take a little restructuring just to bring in Joey and help the team more if you do that. I think that works all around for everybody. But I just don't get, you're 2 years removed from the Super Bowl that you had set. You could have won. The Niners could have won that damn thing. But Shanahan and his game plan and him being stubborn and too prideful to change it up when he needed to, it just sucked. I think Shanahan's really the downfall. That's what I think. I think it's time for a change there. I really, truly do. After this next year, if it still falls apart, which it seems like it's going to because everybody's getting traded away or getting released, I truly believe Shanahan's gone. And I do it now. If you're getting rid of everybody now, do it now. That way this new guy can come in and he has the cap space and everything now to bring in some pieces that would fit his regime and do his thing. But yeah, Shanahan, I believe, is the real downfall here. To me, that's a big problem there. Just like the Browns. Listen, Browns are doing all they can right now. They're going to work. If Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski don't get together on some shit and make some magic happen, they're both gone after next year. Andrew Berry for sure is out of here. And you know the new GM going to want to bring in his own coach. Kevin Stefanski gone too. I feel it. I feel like the Niners are doing that. They're going to try to fill holes with cheaper versions and hope to God they go from the great value version to the damn name brand version. And that's great. I also think here's another thing right here. I'll tell you right now about the Browns. Say they draft Shedeur Sanders number 2, right? Draft them number 2. They go a different way than I said. They do some other things. This sets up for Dion to bring his coaching staff here after next year. If Stefanski and Andrew Berry can't get shit together, you might be getting a new GM and you might get Dion to come over here and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring it over here and do the thing. I'm going to do something that's never been done. Because you know how prime time, he likes to be that guy that does things that's never been done before. And he could say it. Like he went to Colorado. They won one game. Bam. He's starting to reel it in now. He's doing everything over there now. Niners have a soft schedule, so they want to, hey, why not? That's a good insight there. They have a soft schedule, develop the young players against the shitty teams, see how it works, try to bring it along. And if it doesn't, then again, it's a coaching thing then. If you got a soft schedule and you can't bring these guys along, especially if you pick them right and you bring in free agency, it's a Shanahan problem, and it's time to get rid of them. Just like it's going to be a Stefanski problem and an Andrew Berry problem. It's time to get rid of him. My cousin advocates for Andrew Berry to get fired every day. Every day he advocates for this. He says you got no good draft picks, doesn't know how to do shit but numbers. Even though Martin Emerson, I mean, that dude's a sick monster in the secondary, but no, he don't want to give this dude no credit. He wants Berry gone. And I'm siding with him right now and saying, if Andrew Berry doesn't do exactly what needs to be done in this free agency and draft and brings something to this team, I mean, again, bringing Myles back, bringing Chubb back, hey, us fans love that. It is great. Problem is we want to win. We don't want to just be paying big players for nothing. We want to win. Again, we are 2 years removed from being in the playoffs, from winning 11 games. Then we go and win 4. It's insane how it changed that much because of quarterback play, because of the Watson situation. It's time to own that one. Hey, Watson, you're never seeing the field again. That's the end of it. Yeah, we owe you some damn money. That's it. You're going to get the $44 million back after this year when he doesn't touch the ball. So that's the insurance claim. $44 million comes back. So next year, free agency is going to be a hell of a different story. But let's do what we need to now. Bring Joey Flacco back. He knows the system, knows what's going on. Bring him back to bridge in whatever rookie quarterback you draft, because you are drafting one, whether it's one of the top 2 or whether it is Dart later on. Jesus says, Chubb, Ford, Henderson, Mullins, can that? Hey, listen, I love that. I think we would trade Ford in that situation. I think Ford would get traded for a pick or something, but Chubb, Henderson, Mullins, Because if Chubb's not there to play, I think Henderson can step right up in the role. I think Henderson's one of those guys. He could be a day one dude and start right then. Like him and Chubb could share that backfield, and then depending on injuries with Chubb, Mullins can come right up in and play too. That'd be a nice backfield. I like that. I'd like to keep Ford, but I feel like we could probably get something for him if we draft like that. We can move Jerome and get a pick, or maybe see if we can get an all-offensive lineman from somebody for him and bring us some veteranship to that line, because we need to go back to that line scheme, which that's already been talked about, but Tony already said it. It's been talked that they're going back to not last year, but the year before's line scheme where they were just dominant. And that's going to be set. The new offensive line coach is a dog. He's going to get that shit right. I think offensive coordinator, I think he's going to have some things. We're going to work. This is going to work. I don't know. And the thing is you can look at, and Jesus asking, why do teams refuse to use running back depth and want to do one? Look, you see teams that use multiple running backs. They do good, like Pacheco and Hunt over there in Kansas City. I mean, Hunt and Chubb here in Cleveland worked out real well. I mean, you had a little beast in Charbonnet over there in Seattle. That was working well. I don't know why they don't want to use the 1-2 punch more. I mean, Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, two different backs that do different things. Jalen with the more of a finesse, catch the ball. Najee more with that power back. I like that. Chubb's more of that power back. He's elusive, but he's that power back. And then you get that other guy. You could have that third punch. You could add a third punch too, and I'm okay with that. But you use the main backs, switch them out. Do what you got to do, whether it's drives or feeling the game out, what's working, what's not. And then throw that third back in there for a whole nother diverse of situation where you put two backs set, and now you don't know what the hell is about to happen. Who's running, who's catching, where they're going, what route they're going. I like that move. I truly do like the move. I love the two back set, especially. Like I said, you sit Chubb, you put in Ford and put in Henderson. What's going to happen? What's going to go on back there? If Chubb's taking a breather, or you got Chubb and Henderson, or Chubb and Ford, and then, you're switching them all out. So they ran that play, and then Henderson gets into the next one. I got no problem with running back by committee, because I still think you still got your running back one, that guy that you heavily lean on. Look at Detroit. They do it with Montgomery and Gibbs. Sonic and Knuckles out there. That is sick what they do out there. No one complains. No one does nothing. They do their thing. Add that third guy in, it would be every now and then the third guy would get thrown in, but you always got to have that 1-2. And I agree with you on that. Chubb is taking a lot of wear and tear. So Chubb could be your guy. Then Henderson takes a brunt. Then Ford and Mullins, they all add in. But Chubb's still that dude. Maybe you're not rushing him 25 times a game. Maybe you dip it down and you only rush him, 15 to 18 and give Ford and Henderson the other rushes. Especially if you're in a rush game. You're in a shit weather game where you're going to rush 30 plus times. Split it between all the backs. Even if it's a nice day, you get the lead, rush. If the other team's got weakness, rush. Do your thing. Let everybody get involved. They can't game plan for everybody. I love Scatterbo. I don't think he goes to Detroit, though. I'd like to see Scatterbo go to Denver. I could see that would be a nice little move for Scatterbo in Denver or in L.A. If J.K. Dobbins gets brought back, that'd be another piece out there. I like that. Those guys in Detroit would be nuts too, though. Scatterbo would be great because, again, he's like a mixture of both Gibbs and Montgomery. He's that hard-nosed smash you back, but he's also very small and elusive and can catch the ball. Again, the Lions, they got some work to do. They just released Darius Smith. They need to bring in another DE, and there's a lot out there. Josh Sweat's out there right now, who I would love to have on a Browns. Shit, if we don't want to draft Abdul Carter, I love Josh Sweat. To be honest, I don't know about Kyle all that much. I know a little bit, so I don't know a lot to give you my insight on that. I'd have to look him up and watch a little bit of film on him. I don't know a whole bunch about him. But Scatterbo, no, I would like to give, and this we probably wouldn't get him until later, but he's got character issues. I'm hearing James Pierce, that defensive end from Tennessee. Oof, straight dog, man. I don't know. We're going to see, but I truly believe that Ward, Newsome are going to be on the move. Probably more Newsome than Ward, but again, Newsome in a third or a fourth probably get you back up in the first round with some of these teams. Or if you do Ward straight up, you're definitely getting back in the first round, and you might even jump up higher than you need to. But I feel that is how this is going to play out. I love that they did what they had to with Garrett. And again, there must have been some insight. There must have been someone talking. Something got said to make him say, this is going to be a contender. Because again, if I'm Andrew Berry, the book's open right now. You added some cap space. You made some shit move. Restructure a couple more contracts. Go get Grady Jarrett. He just got released by the Falcons. Go bring him in here. Dude's played all 10 years, was a dog for them. Bring him and put him on the line. Hey, Ward and Newsome are good, but I like Emerson. I think Emerson could fit with Ward or Newsome and be just as good. Emerson's really the shutdown guy that's coming along more than Newsome, I think. So one of them is going to get traded. I truly feel Ward might be here because of money, but I feel like Newsome and a pick gets traded because he wants to be more of a corner. He's more of a nickel corner or a slot corner right now. He wants to play more outside corner. So we trade him. He can get what he wants on another team. We can get a pick, do some things with it. And again, we got Emerson that's still there with Ward, and they still shut shit down. And the way this draft is, there's defense all over the damn place. You could bring in other pieces, even a veteran piece, and just be good because our defense is good. It's just we cannot have the defense sit out there for 48 damn minutes. That defense has to be able to breathe. So the offense has to be worked on, has to be set up right. Got to get the quarterback, get some young running backs in there, bring in another wide receiver. Let the defense be able to breathe and sit down so they're not wore out because that is a top 5 defense for me. DTR, yeah, I don't know why they haven't said it yet. They need to say it. They need to let him go. They were talking about trading him to the Raiders. I guess Pete Carroll has a big interest in DTR. So maybe he goes to the Raiders, sit behind Geno over there. I don't know. But that's what was words were being said, that's what was going to happen out there, that he may be set to go to the Raiders. And I'm okay with that. Again, totally all right. I think we still need to bring in Flacco, or if you want to keep Jameis, and Jameis is going to be that guy. But I'm drafting, whether you're drafting Ward or Shador, I like Dart more than both of those guys, but bringing that young guy, let him have that veteran presence. Let him have some good backup. DTR needs to go. Like I said, this is not the place for him. He's not there for a backup. I'm not trading for Tanner McKee. I like him, but I'm not going to trade for him unless they're going to take like a 6th-round pick. I'm not giving them something crazy of value for Tanner McKee. I mean, I know they need a corner, but I want their 1st-round pick if I go Newsome in a pick, you know. And I know Philly fans are high on Tanner right now. They like him there. He is under the radar. He does look good. So Philly might be out there to just keep him just in case something happens to Jalen and they think he could step on in those shoes and still continue with that offense and that crazy defense and continue that run to try to get a repeat here. Because I think the Eagles are primed to get right back to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Cowboys are struggling over there. The Giants still need to figure out what they're doing. The Commanders got to build up some more, and they're adding pieces. But Philly looks like they can get right back, especially with that stud-ass defense they got. And they got weapons all over the offense. I truly believe they can get right back into that ball and go back-to-back. Again, I've said this before already. I've already hot take this. I already said this is the crazy prediction. I do not think the Chiefs win their division next year. I think the Broncos or the Chargers win that. I truly believe those two teams both get their quarterbacks help. I mean, the Broncos had the number one defense, had or one or two defense yesterday. Or not yesterday, last year. One or two. I mean, you had the defensive player of the year, plus the rest of that defense was good, and I think they could add to it. And the Chargers had a good defense, even though now they've lost Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. They're going to add to that. And again, whether it's free agency or the draft, but I think the Chiefs do not win their division. They might not make the playoffs, depending on certain situations. I'm going to say that now. But when the start of the season comes along, we're going to see where my prediction really lies. And Jesus, yes, you did underestimate that Eagles defense. And they came out and straight stomped a mud hole right in Pat Mahomes' ass and right in Andy Reid's playbook and said, nah, that shit ain't working here. That shit is not working here. And they did exactly what they needed to do. What Jay had said, you have to beat the shit out of this team so the refs aren't involved, so there's no miracle comeback. You have to straight pound them into the ground. And that is exactly what the Eagles defense did. And I think they can relive that whole situation next year and be right back doing it again. We're going to see. I'm not going to pick no Super Bowl predictions. I just think the Eagles that could be for sure one of the ones that go in there. I truly hope today the Browns start really mulling over what's going to happen. This free agency. Start setting their draft. What they're going to do. April, 24th? That's when the draft is. It's coming. Got March Madness starting to hit here. I haven't really watched a lot of college ball, but I'm always into March Madness. We will definitely probably get into that more next week because Selection Sunday happens this Sunday. We'll hit that next Monday and Tuesday, and then, that whole thing blows up and gets rolling the following week. But, hey, I'm telling you, the Browns, something's going on. Something's brewing over there in Cleveland. They said something. They got something about ready to plan, so everybody get ready. And, again, don't be shocked if the Browns make these playoffs, make a run at the division. Because, again, their defense is good. They're top five. Top five defense. They just were on the field for 47 damn minutes of 48. They couldn't breathe. They need to just get the quarterback. Figure out the quarterback. And it's been years. I get it. We got 100 quarterbacks ran through here. Get that one QB. Bring in a veteran. Bring in that rookie. Get this QB situation worked out. Bring in another piece for the wideouts. Bring in a couple running backs. Get that offensive line scheme back to what it was. And we are going to be good. We're going to be golden. Now, again, hey, everybody over on the X, Network 216. I love Network 216, Huddle Sports Network, Northeast Streaming Sports. Man, we love y'all for having us on. If y'all could just jump over to our YouTube at The Man Cave 8172, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We appreciate that like no other. I mean, you can continue watching from over there, but I would like to chat with you guys. I'd like to get at you guys, pick your brain, see what's going on. How do you feel about the Browns? What do you feel is going to happen? What about these Cavs? What about any other team that you pay attention to? Let me hear about it. I want to know. But, hey, appreciate you, Jesus, B Skrills, everybody over there on X. I appreciate y'all for joining in. I love y'all. And tomorrow we'll be back, Sports Madness, me and Jay. And then we got Off the Rails Thursday, as always. But salute. Y'all have a good